Good morning, everybody. Iggy here, and just wanted to touch base with you and check in. I want to kind of talk a little bit about, health checks and stuff, because some of you have actually DM'd me, sent me direct messages in private, and some in public, asking me if I'm okay. And I really, really appreciate that. That really goes a long way. That goes to places I wasn't really expecting anybody to DM me, because to be honest with you, nothing's really wrong with me. I mean, except in this current moment, nothing's wrong with me. Let's put it that way. But it's good to know that people watch and they observe and they perceive and they're just checking out for one another. I think that's very vital, very important in our society, especially in a time where we've had to lock down ourselves and become pretty much confined to the spaces that we're in. And so it's really easy to get lost in that place, in these boxes that we live in. I mean, they're already difficult as it is sometimes. But I really, really, really appreciate everybody checking in, the ones who checked in, and the ones who, you're probably wondering. And some of you probably just know that I'm just goofy as it is, but it's easy to get in a place like this when your mind is constantly a chatterbox, like mine is. I don't like to label myself with things, but as a child I was labeled with ADD, but they didn't know it was ADD. Dyslexia for sure, that I knew in high school. I have a reading disorder of sorts where I still kind of have those issues, and that's probably why I don't write a lot of things, and I should proofread for more, but sometimes I know, and some of you probably notice the things that I write are kind of odd sometimes, the way I structure my sentences and stuff. Why it's like that, I don't know. It's just the way my mind sees things, and then it thinks it's on paper, and then when I go back and read it, it's not on there. My mind believes it put it on there. And so this mental health check is important, I believe, because right now there's a lot of people who are struggling. There are a lot of people who have actually taken their lives during this time because just can't cope, and I totally understand that. So it's important to check on our friends if we have any doubts or any issues, and it could be a double-edged sword, because people could be offended, people could take it wrong. But there are people like myself and others who are very appreciative that somebody looked into us. I know that I posted a lot of memes in the last few days because I liked them, and I thought that maybe you would like them, and that's why I shared them, and I thought it was important. Some of them made sense, and some of them didn't, and some of them had a deeper message, and some of them I'm still trying to figure out what it means when I read them, but it caught my eye, it caught my heart and my spirit. That's why I posted them. So anyways, that's why sometimes we share things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be anything in particular. It's just something that is in our heart at that moment, something that we're feeling, something that is going on in our lives. Some of the things don't necessarily relate to what I'm going, any situation I'm going through. It just happens to be that I thought in that moment maybe somebody would really need this message. And sometimes I post things like that because it sounds like somebody might need that. And so I'm doing my part through the spiritual connections of the universe to connect with everybody in ways that I think that are appropriate and that will help other people. So yeah, so I won't take any offense with someone's checking in on me and making sure I'm okay, because even the best of us, all of us need to be checked in from time to time, because in the work that we do in this holistic metaphysical world, in this shamanic world, it's easy for us to go into and travel with other people and go deep inside their spirit and soul and to help them recover the pieces and parts as we recover our pieces and parts too. It's easy for us to get landlocked or trapped sometimes in our thinking, because we have to separate and create and separate from ego and release and let go, and then our mind is always trying to battle and work through that. So basically, I'm okay. I'm doing well. There's days that, like I'm just like everybody else. I struggle. I have moments of clarity, and I have moments of cloudiness. And right now, things are clear. Right now, I'm one of those people just let things happen, let things organically develop, things to just be how they need to be, versus me trying to control the situation. I used to do that, and it didn't work. It didn't help me. It didn't benefit anybody. It didn't benefit myself. And sometimes you just have to let nature and the natural process take its course. But other than that, we're all good here. We're all doing well. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else in this house if they're doing okay. You know, they are where they're at, and they got to be where they have to be, and struggle and fight what they have to fight. And, you know, sometimes it's their turn, sometimes it's my turn, and my friends have these struggles too. And so I'm also checking out on you to check out on your friends, to make sure your friends are okay, make sure that you guys are all doing well. And don't assume that somebody's well because they look well and they seem well. You know, I can't say that I've always been well during this pandemic. There's been times of like total just breakdown, you know, total just like frustration, total chaos of the mind, wondering what's really happening, what's going on. As things progress, as things develop, we'll find out more about what's happening in our worlds and what's happening in our lives. But the most important thing that we need to do is work on our personal growth, our personal life, and what's important to us and what we need to do. Because right now, a mental health check of who we are and what we're doing is important. I also have been going back and looking at all the things that I've been doing throughout my life and throughout the course of the work that I do and the connections and how I connect to people. Am I a friend collector? No, I'm not a friend collector. I saw someone post that. I don't think they were referring that to me personally, but no. On Facebook, I usually friend everybody just because, you know, that's just how I am. It's not that I'm collecting friends, but as soon as you do something dumb or you post something that's inappropriate, you're pretty much gone. So it's kind of like you guys. You all do the same thing. My work is to get the message out that comes in my head from spirit, and so that's what I do. And so I do my best to share what flows through me and what's in my heart, what's in my mind, what's in my spirit and my soul. And I hope that this helps people. I hope that the messages that I share in the podcasts that I do and these mini shorts that I do help people, because that's my goal. Because I wish back then somebody would have helped me and someone would have said something to me and say, hey, you know what, you doing okay? You know, because it's easy to hide behind the facade of being, you know, funny guy, drummer guy, all the above, all below. I mean, it's easy to, you know, to hide behind all these different faces and masks, because we all wear 3 masks in this world. The mask that we have at home, that only we know, the mask that we present to people, and then the mask that represents how we express ourselves to the world. And so these masks, sometimes they change, they interact and change. And, you know, sometimes you see me very happy and, you know, rambunctious and having a good time. And then another time you will see me, you know, very serious. I think what's funny is when people see me serious, it kind of throws them off because they're not used to seeing me that way. But yeah, I have a serious side. I have a get down to business side, because that's kind of what you have to be when you're in business for yourself. When I'm home, I like to chill and just hang out, and I'm not really doing much. I'm just like most everybody. But I like to share. I like to share because it's one of those things that I learned a long time ago. The more you share, you'll be surprised the hearts and the feelings and the emotions that you will touch other people. So know what you're sharing and know what you're passing along. And the cool thing about it is we do our best we can when we're in these moments. So mental health checks on each other, help each other out. Be patient with one another, healthy limits and boundaries, create the things that we need to do in order for us to foster a better world. And each day we get better. Each day we're moving forward to the places we need to be in our lives. And that's important. And so with that, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for stopping by. And I will see you guys next time on the Mind of Iggy or Iggy Garcia Live podcast. I will see you soon. Go to iggygarcia.com if you want more information about what I do, who I am, with insightsradio.com. And visit me at Serenity Salt Spa. Go to the spa, get a session, chill out and relax. And, you know, let's talk. Be well.